Welcome to the Maroon Devil Network. We're glad to have you aboard this evening. I hope that you're watching on maroondevil.com as the Swain County Maroon Devils host Highland for a volleyball match tonight. This is one of 3 for this week. And with the first serve, our action begins.
And Highland sends the third ball over on a deep ball into our back middle. Unable to handle that one, so that will result in a side-out point for Highlands.
For those of you who are used to watching these matches online,
nice pass.
You'll hear some different voices tonight. Toby Burrell is not with us as he's had a death in the family, so Sonya Blankenship, the principal at Swain County High School now, and I'm Mark Sarah. We're glad to be with you.
And that's another side-out point for Swain. Caitlin Anthony puts one down into their deep middle back from the middle. Kinsey Eagleman goes back to serve. Nice, strong serve from Kinsey. Nice pass by Highlands with the right side hit. Touched by the block. Going back outside to Jenna Marr. Mishandling the ball out of the net. I would have probably argued that that might have been 4 calls. 4 hits. Got a nice volley going on here. Swing from the outside, dug up nicely. Jenna Marr puts one back into the middle. Libero picks it up. Having to send a free ball back across. Nice spot into that setter's corner back there.
Long volley, ball out.
Ball out. Highlands will free ball that one out of bounds, resulting in a point for Swain. Kinsey Eagleman serving again.
That brings the score to 2-1. Swain at the lead.
Another strong serve. Good pass by Highlands. Try to two-hand dink that ball across. Jenna Marr with a dink. Looks like the defense is picking up the dinks tonight. Might not work for either team.
Deep set there, didn't do quite what they wanted it to do. That'll be side out Swain. Serving will be number 10, and that's Hannah Holt for Highlands.
Swain's going to have to do a better job about getting the setters up in front of that 10-foot line. Pretty difficult to set a ball to your outsides from there. Nice strong serve by number 10, forcing Swain to free ball that over.
Nice
Short.
return.
Play that one up, setting to the outside. Jenna Marr again.
A little long by Jenna. That gives Highland their first lead of the night with a score 3-2.
Then number 10, Hannah Holt, serving for Highlands. Serving the ball strong, forcing us to make some
a little long
bad
again.
passes.
Swain needs to regroup here.
Second ball hit out of bounds. Ball control.
Holt back to serve, places it in the net.
Got some substitutions for Swain. Number 30 will be coming in for 20. That's Taylor Collins coming in for Kendall Cochran. And number 5, Katie Winchester,
Who'd she come
will
in
bring
for?
out Jasmine Hornbuckle. Caitlin Anthony with a nice serve on the line. Highlands has to free ball that over. Results in a nice pass on our part. And another long ball out of bounds by our hitters.
A little bit of adrenaline there from Katie with her first hit across the net. That'll put the score at 5-3 in favor of Highlands. Number 8 serving. And that would be Bailey Schmidt.
Bailey's the libero. Nice pass for her. Outside hitter swings down the line, resulting in another point for Highlands. We had no one over there on that line to cover that. Another strong serve by the libero. Mishandled ball puts us off the net passing, and we have to drive it across. Highlands dinks, and we try to return it with the dink and unable to result. Highlands has taken a 7-3 lead on Swain.
Gave the wrong name for the server. She's number 9. She's not listed on our list here of players. Schmitz there on the front line playing middle.
Good swing by Taylor Collins, puts one into their deep right back, results in the libero unable to get that much more than a hand on that, so that'll be a point Swain, 7-4, Highlands in the lead.
Katie Winchester back to serve.
First pass comes back across to Swain. We got a nice little volley going on here, going back outside to Jenna Marr, who swings hard. Highlands defense picking it up. Their outside hitter swings and puts one in the net. 7-5 the score. Katie Winchester back to serve again. Nice pass by Highlands. Going to the back row with the libero swinging. Nice swing. Swain picks it up. Results in a dink going back across. And Highland free balls that back over, and looks like the Lady Devils were caught sleeping there. Not moving their feet to get to that ball. Drops it in the hole.
That gives the ball back to Highlands for the serve. Ava Schmidt serving. Score is 8-5 in Highlands' favor.
Serves that one, jump serves that one out of bounds. That was pretty close. Swain did a good job running the line there. Kiera Shook, number 4, will leave the game. Kinsey Eagleman coming back in.
Jenna Marr back to serve. Jen's a sophomore at Swain High School.
Jenna's had a nice year. She's kind of the go-to hitter for us. It was a different play. Setter attacks that. Instead of setting it, she attacks it, resulting in a point for them. I don't think our defense was quite ready for that.
Number 5, Abby Olvera is back to serve now. Score is 9-6.
Kinsey Eagleman takes a swing at that ball. They put that one into the rafters. Setter does a nice job handling it. Unfortunately, sets the outside hitter a little tight to the net, unable to do anything with that. We got a change in the lineup tonight. Kiera Shook is in as the libero tonight. Coach McMahon must be wanting to utilize her on the back row for 6 rotations.
Taylor Hawkins serves.
Good serve. Second ball coming back over to Swain. Pick it up nicely. And a swing right of the middle from Caitlin Anthony, resulting in a kill.
Swain's picking it up now, and we are bringing the score back within 1 of Highlands, score 9-8.
Good serve by Collins. Nice pass. Setter takes it over on the dink. We were able to recover that. Outside swing. Nice little volley going on here. Pass setting, hitting. Kinsey Eagleman does a nice job dragging the line. Highlands picking it up. And Caitlin Anthony with another kill.
That'll bring the score back even.
Caitlin was a little off balance on that, but was able to find a hole.
Collins back to serve
Another
again.
nice serve. Shanked ball by Highlands will result in yet another point. It was a great spot by Taylor. We used to call that the money ball. Can hit that deep back corner. That's a really tough serve to return. And again,
that's
another
2 in a row.
serve.
That brings a smile to Coach McMahon's face. Taylor goes back for
Katie
another.
Postel from Highlands is sending in a new person.
That would be Abby Olvera coming back in.
For number 24, Jesslyn Head. Another hard serve resulted in a mishandled ball. Probably should have been called carry. We'll let that one go. Blocked ball on swing. We recover it. And Caitlin puts it down again. Highlands digs it up. Sending it back over for a free ball out of bounds.
Swain's taking the lead back now. We've got 12-9. Collins continues to serve.
Collins doing a nice job forcing Highlands out of system.
That's about 4 aces for her tonight, 3 or 4. And that results in a timeout by Highlands as Postel decides to get her team together and give them a chance to get their head back into it. We'll be back in just a minute. And we're back, and thank you for watching tonight on SwainDevil.com, the Maroon Devil Network. Taylor Collins just served the ball out after a series of excellent serving attempts that brought Swain into the lead 13-10. We're in the first game tonight against Highlands.
Maroon Devils bring in Kendall Cochran for Taylor after that serve there. That's what Katie was probably looking for when she called that timeout there. You're always wanting to mess with the server's head. It worked in that case. But Caitlin Anthony again puts another one down.
Caitlin's having a strong night tonight. Several hard hits that have resulted in points for us. She seems to really be on top of things.
She's definitely a strong player for Swain. She's always had a very natural, graceful look about her.
Serving that ball was Ashton Yance, and she'll go back again. Ashton normally is in a setter's role.
As she will be here. Kayla's running a 6-2 with her setters on the back row. That point resulted from a Highlands hitting error. And a second hitting error. Highlands is in a situation tonight where they are down their leading hitter. Looking at some of her stats, she had 30 kills coming into tonight's match, and the next closest person to her had 12. So she was definitely their go-to person. So Highlands probably trying to recover from that.
Swain has done a fine job of coming back from being behind just about 10 points ago.
Another strong hit by Caitlin Anthony. Net error on Highlands part.
With that error, that brings Swain into the lead 17-10.
Another net error by Highlands. Ball was pushed tight. Setter couldn't do a whole lot with that. Ended up in the net. Katie Postel quite upset with her team, calling another timeout. Get them back in gear.
During this timeout, let's inform you that tomorrow night Swain will be at home again against Franklin. And then on Thursday night again, they'll be here against Andrews. That's a schedule change. They were intended to go to Andrews to play this week, but because of some unfortunate circumstances in Andrews, they'll be traveling here. At the same time that game is going on, our JV football team will be holding their first home game here, so you can have your choice on whether you come to the football game or the volleyball game. And then, of course, there's our first home football game for the varsity on Friday as we host North Henderson. I believe the kickoff time for that is 7:30. Would love to see you there. Ashton Yance is back to serve again. Score is 18-10.
Another strong serve. Sent back across the net. Caitlin Anthony blocks that down for the kill. It's good to see Caitlin playing up to her potential. Another great serve, sending Highlands out of system.
Nice block. In the front there. Swain showing a little dominance now. Score is 20-10. It's going to be up to Highlands to pull their mind back into the game now and see what they can do.
Another good serve. Again, out of system on Highlands' part. Driving that ball across. Nice dig by Kendall Cochran. Kinsey Eagleman sends one down. Highlands able to pick that back up and send it across on a free ball.
Well played by Swain. That takes the score 21-10.
Ashton Yance dumping that one over for the setter kill. Another good serve. Good pass by Highlands. Good start here. Let's see what they do with it. And they resulted in a nice swing. Swain dug it up, but sent it up into the rafters, and all the players were going one direction, and the ball was going the other.
That'll give Highlands an opportunity to see what they can do with this now. The score is 21-11.
Nice jump serve, resulting in an ace. Caitlin Anthony lays out on the floor for that one and is able to get it up, but shanks it off into the bleachers.
That sends Jordan Carrier back to the line again to serve.
Nice up by Kiera Shook, resulting in Swain driving it across. Highlands goes back to the right side and hits that ball deep out of bounds, resulting in a Swain point. Jenna Mara will come back into the game. Got a pretty good, strong lineup on the front row for us. Jenna Mara on the outside, Caitlin Anthony in the middle.
Kinsey Engelman sends a strong serve over, resulting in another ace for Swain, score 23-12.
Swain looks like they got a little pep in their step right now. Looks like they're enjoying themselves. Another nice serve, sends it back across by Highlands. Nice pass, and resulting in a big swing from Caitlin Anthony and a kill. Ball goes to the rafters, Highlands unable to return it.
That brings us to game point for Swain.
Another strong serve, resulting in a pass that the setter was unable to get to. Ball drops. Game point, Swain, 25-12.
We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back. We're getting ready to start the second game with Swain versus Highlands. Swain picked up the first game quite handily after some strong serving. And now we're going to see Highlands take the ball first and hand it over to Swain with the serve. We have the same lineup that they started the first game with.
Highlands starts off with Jordan Carrier serving. She's got a nice little jump serve. Swain out of system, having to send the ball over with a long drive from the back row. Dug up. Highlands in the same situation, a little out of system. Nice pass set. And a big swing from Caitlin Anthony. Libero able to handle that one. Highlands with an outside hitter error.
Kinsey Eagleman back to serve for Swain now.
Kinsey did a great job taking us to the end in that last game. We'll see what she's got this time.
That looked like a tip as it was coming across the. That was a country saying, wasn't it? As it came across the mat, the court there.
Shank ball, sending it over to the scorer's table, resulting in another Swain point. Score 3-0. Kinsey Eagleman has a dangerous little serve.
Kinsey also shines on the softball field in the spring. We're glad to have her here at Swain.
She is quite the competitor. Nice dig. Libero from Highlands made a nice play on the ball. Jenna Marr with a big outside keel.
Jenna's also a good addition to our volleyball team here.
Jenna's put a lot of time into this summer's workouts, getting stronger. She also played some club volleyball. It's definitely paying off for her.
You may recognize her name as her father is one of the coaches for the varsity football team that'll be in action on Friday.
Got a nice little volley going on here. A couple of plays going back. Highlands hits the ball out of bounds.
That takes Swain up 5-0. I think you could probably look for the coach for Highlands to look for a timeout at some point here if that continues. Well, maybe not. Kinsey's giving them a chance to get a breath.
Kiera Shook comes in for Kinsey Eagleman to be a receiver for us.
Hannah Holt for Highlands is back to serve.
And number 5, Abby Olvera, into the lineup for the Highlanders. Nice serve.
I'm glad you remembered their mascot because I couldn't.
Fortunately, Swain shanks that one off, resulting in a point for Highlands, taking the score 2-5. Swain in the lead.
Holt serves again.
Out of system. Pass is still not getting quite up in front of that 10-foot line, making it a little easier on our setters. But we're able to send the ball over, resulting in a shanked keel.
A couple of substitutions for Swain now.
Number 30, Taylor Collins coming in, and number 5, Katie Winchester.
Anthony's back to serve.
Anthony with a deep serve. Libero unable to handle it, resulting in a shank ball and another point for Swain. Katie's instructing her libero that if the ball's coming up at you like that, you probably want to use your hands to pass it instead of your forearms.
Nice serve by Anthony.
She does a good job on that one. Unfortunately, she sends it right up over the net into the hands of Taylor Collins, who puts it back down. Speaking from someone who's played the game, that is the best set that you can ever get, is a ball coming back up over top of the net. Another strong serve. Highlands puts it into play. Blocked by Swain. Returned back over on the first pass, resulting in a pass set and a hitting error.
That was a strong block by Marr and Collins a few minutes ago. So wish they could have capitalized on that. Number 9 for Highlands is back to serve. Score is 8 for Swain. Highlands has 3.
Oh, strong serve just caps the top of that net, but lands on Highlands' side instead of Swain's side. Side out point goes to Swain, 9-3. Katie Winchester back to serve. Nice float serve into the middle. Again, the libero sends it back up over top of the net. Taylor Collins sending it back down after a couple of mishandled balls. It results in a kill and point for Swain. Katie Postel calls a timeout at 10-3.
Timeout. We saw that coming. Again, let's remind you that Swain will be home tomorrow night against Franklin. Would encourage you to come and be part of that. And if you can't on Wednesday night, come on Thursday. Then you can see them play Andrews.
Thursday night's match will be a full throttle. We'll have middle school, JV, and varsity that night. Middle school starting at 4, JV roughly around 5, and then the varsity will follow that. JV scrimmage up top. Remember that if you pay in one gate, you may go to either game, the football game or the volleyball game.
That sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Katie Winchester is back to serve again. We're waiting for Highlands to get back on the court.
She's taking her full time. She's got about 4 seconds left to go. I don't know that many of our officials would ever blow the whistle on them and actually give them a delay game, but it can happen. Another good serve, good pass by Highlands starting off. Coming out of the middle, nice swing. Swain able to dig that one up. Miscommunication. Again, we're pushing that setter behind the 10-foot line. And they're not getting their hips rotated to put the ball into the hitter's hands at the pin. Resulting in a communication error. Big jump serve by Highlands. Mishandled by Swain, resulting in a free ball over. Highlands capitalizing on pass set and a big swing.
There's a little bit of controversy or disagreement there on whether that ball was in or out. The line judge said in.
Ball was called in, but clearly from our point of view, that ball was out, but the official does have to go. The unfortunate thing is both of these teams are using youth to make those calls. Another mishandled ball by Swain, resulting in a free ball over. And another controversial call. That young lady's getting her workout. She called that one in as well, so that will result in the Swain point.
That returns the serve to Swain, and Jenna Marr will be back to do the honors. Swain's up 11-5 over Highlands at the moment.
Nice serve. Libero puts it up, puts it tight into the setter's hands. He calls a lift on us. Taylor Collins tried to go up and block the ball. Unfortunately, she held it a little too long on the net, getting the lift carry. Caitlin Anthony with a nice pass, going into the middle. Yance in the middle this time, hitting the ball deep out of bounds.
Sent the ball long. That'll give Abby Alvera an opportunity to serve again. Highlands is trying to come back on Swain. Score's now 11-7.
Taylor Collins puts that ball back over the net. Highlands goes up, blocks it over. Unfortunately, in the process, they are called in the net, resulting in the Swain point. Got a little miscommunication on the officials' part here. Highlands wanting to do a sub. Unsure if the whistle was blown for the serve. They allow it to come in. 24, Jesslyn Head will enter the game.
She took the place of the former server, Oliveira.
Swain passing the ball up tight on the net. Seems to be a lot of that going on both sides. Highlands able to capitalize on that one by dinking it back across.
There was a hard landing by our Swain player, Kiera Shook, who is one of the toughest characters I know and has more hustle than most people around.
Number 20, Kendall Cochran, will come into the game for Taylor Collins. Coach McMahon checking on Kiera, making sure she's all right. Kiera with a smile on her face says she's just fine. Highlands, number 8, Bailey Schmidt, serves that one out of bounds, giving the point to Swain.
That'll send Ashton Yance back to serve as Swain continues to hold the lead at 13-8.
Bringing Jasmine Hornbuckle back into the game. Swain serving it to the libero on that one. Some mishandled balls. We were able to send it back over. Unfortunately, Highlands capitalized on that free ball, having a pass set and a very strong outside hit down the line where there was no defender.
Number 23 is back to serve. Has a question about something on the ball or
must be
concern.
wet. A lot of times you get the sweat, or there might have been some water there where it bounced onto the floor. Looks like some of our film crews letting us know there's maybe some water back there. New ball in play.
Jordan Carrier puts the ball over the net.
Nice pass, set, and putting down Caitlin Anthony again.
Caitlin is having an excellent match tonight.
Yes, she is. She is abusing that corner back there.
Looks like Kinsey Eagleman's going to be back to serve from the left side of the court.
Kinsey Eagleman takes a hard serve down the line, sending Highlands out of system. They'll do a long drive. Swain with a good pass set. Jenamar puts one down. Highlands digging it up. Highlands sending it back across. Jenamar having to take that one a little tight on the net. She had to dink that one over. Highlands sending a two-hand dink into one of our holes on the back row, resulting in their point.
Looked like Cochran tried to do something with that and couldn't quite handle it, so they called it a tip.
Number 5, Abby Olvera, back into the game for Highlands.
Number 10, Hannah Holt, to serve again.
Nice strong serve. That one goes out of bounds. That young lady calling the lines tonight has definitely got her work cut out for her. Collins and Winchester will enter the games again.
Conversation between our referees.
There's a rule that you have to, second sub has to wait. I think they got a little fast on them. That should have probably been a 4-hit call. Whistle not blown. Taylor Collins just decides that she's going to put it away herself, resulting in a nice strong kill. Highlands shanks it to the back wall. Caitlin Anthony back to serve for Swain. Caitlin and Taylor out of the middle have done a really good job tonight. Stepped up their play.
It's been impressive.
Free ball over. Caitlin with a nice pass. Ball set into the middle of Collins. Collins hits it. Highlands out of system. Free balling it back across. Another good pass by Swain. Right side hit. Goes long. Highlands digging it up.
Let that go.
Good volley. Swain sit that one back across. Highlands decides to swing at it on the first ball and sends it out of bounds.
That gives Swain the lead 17-10. And we have Caitlin Anthony back to serve still.
No, before the match, Coach McMahon and I were talking, and she was talking about how well Highlands has been playing. I think that losing that McCall has definitely shook them up a little bit tonight.
Well, this seems to have made them come together as a team and pick up their roles a little bit more strongly.
Number 8, Bailey Schmidt, back into the game for Highlands. Highlands back to serve. Swain with a hitting error. Nice pass by Collins. Going back to it with the swing. Good swing, dug up, sent straight back across. Swain plays it out.
Just a little long by Jenamar. That brings the score a little closer. Swain still holds the lead at 17, Highlands 12.
Ball's out. Serving error helps reserve some of Coach McMahon's timeouts. Katie Winchester with the serve. Highlands with a nice pass. Going back row to the libero. And unfortunately swings and hits that in the net.
Swain still holds a commanding lead in this game. 19-12. Katie Winchester back to serve.
Another good serve. Good pass by Highlands. Going to the right side. Off-speed hit. Drags it over into the hole in the middle. Swain playing a perimeter defense, leaving that middle open.
Nice serve. I believe that was number 1, Ava Schmidt, putting it across. It was a little bit difficult for Kiara Shook to handle. Highlands is making a little bit of a run now on Swain, bringing the score closer at 19-14. And that run ends as the ball goes into the net on the serve. That'll take Jenamar back to the line.
Marr serves that one deep and out of bounds. Trading points here.
Trading points. I think sometimes it's hard to come out of some active play and then go back to the line and control all of that energy. Nice serve.
Nice strong serve. Taylor Collins doing a good job picking that ball up. Ball goes back across. We got a pass set and a swing. Ball goes long off to the left side over there, resulting in a Swain point.
Not Cochran. Collins is back to serve. In the first game, she had several aces and helped give Swain a commanding lead that Highlands never really seemed to come back from.
That was a good pass. Got a block, and then Highlands recovers, sending it back over in a free ball. Kinsey Eagleman drops one in Highlands' hole in the middle.
I think that Kinsey was just a little bit stunned by that. She's not the tallest player on the team, and it's always exciting when somebody on the front row gets a kill like that.
Another great serve by Collins. Highlands making a
She's going to go after it again.
safe play.
Almost. That's all right, Kinsey. It was a nice effort. Swain still holds the lead 22-16. Back to serve is number 8. That'd be Bailey Schmidt. A little bit of a high serve.
Right to Kiera, sending us out of system. Have to send that one over in a free ball. Highlands resulting in a pass set hit on that ball. We dig it up. Going outside to Kinsey Eagleman again, who drives it across. Going to Highlands middle. Defensive dig, sends it straight back across to Highlands.
Yeah. Kinsey thought that was in, but it was inside the line. Highland pulls within 5 as Swain leads 22-17.
Highlands setter with a setter dump on that one, resulting in that kill. Nice serve, we got it up. Ashton Younts taking her turn at a setter dump. Highlands recovers that. Got a free ball situation. And Swain capitalizes on that with a big hit by, again, Caitlin Anthony. Big night for Caitlin Anthony.
That ball was sit up into the rafters and came back down. That sends Ashton Younts back to the line to serve. She is quite a competitor. I've watched her for a couple of years now, and I enjoy watching the fire that she brings. It's kind of quiet sometimes, but it's always there.
Good strong pass by Highlands with a pass set here. No block in the middle, resulting in the ball dropping down in our deep middle back.
Swain's within 2 points of closing out this game. They just need to buckle down a little bit now. The serve comes across by number 23, Jordan Carrier.
Miscommunication, somebody threw an arm out, sending that ball shanked to the back wall.
Coach McMahon calls a timeout just to give her team a chance to recover a little bit and maybe challenge the server to keep her head in the game. Once again, we want to remind you that the voices that you're hearing this evening are Sonya Blankenship, who is the current principal at Swain County High School, and she served as the volleyball coach for several years while the volleyball program continued to build and ended up in a state championship. And I'm Mark Sell. We're here tonight because Toby Burrell is not able to be with us. Our condolences to his family as one of his longtime friends passed this past weekend. And Toby is taking some time to be with that family and to gather himself back together. We'll certainly be glad when he comes back onto the scene as part of the commentating team here for volleyball and all sports.
Back in action. Highlands serve results in our pass set and hitting error. We hit it out of bounds on the left side over here.
Well, that timeout didn't have a great deal of effect on Jordan Carrier, who is continuing to serve well. And just as I say that, she hits the ball out of play. Maybe I should say that more often. I don't know.
Especially as it gets close. Kinsey Eagleman back to serve. A nice strong serve. Good pass by Highlands.
This is game point for Swain.
Outside hit. Pushing the ball tight on the net. Setter wasn't unable to do much with that. got called for the double hit. Sometimes they get away with that, so it's worth a shot.
Back to serve for Highlands is Hannah Holt.
Hannah's done a good job serving for Highlands tonight, been pretty consistent. And she'll rack up another point for Highlands.
Highlands is pulling the game closer now. Swain still is at game point, but to Highlands is at 22.
One thing about Highlands, in all the years of coaching, they never give up.
Another solid serve from Hannah Holt. Kiera Shook did her best to handle that, but now we're at 24 to 23. Coach McMahon rightly takes a timeout to try and get everybody to refocus. We're going to take a break now, and we'll come back in just a few moments with another game point. Thanks for staying with us. Hannah Holt's back to serve again. Score is 24 to 23. Game point for Swain. Hannah has done an outstanding job for Highlands, and she has actually now pulled the score even at 24 all. What that means is, for those of you who don't follow volleyball very much, that means that there's going to have to be 2 points scored by one of the teams in order to win the game. So we're kind of into an extended play situation.
Good pass by Swain. Sets the ball to the right side.
And that sends Highlands ahead.
Winchester hit that ball just a little long.
Now let's see what kind of medal Swain has, at least how mental comeback, because they had a substantial lead, and now Highlands has pulled that back. That's tough to recover from sometimes. This would be game point for Highlands.
Out of system, sending it over in a free ball situation. And Highland results with a kill. Goes off of our blocker's hands incorrectly and unable to recover that. Coach McMahon not happy at her team's lack of closing.
You know, one of the great things about athletics is whenever a team is down and they're trying to recover, it teaches them some great life skills. And so right now, Kayla's going to take her team back in the back, and she's going to help them regain their composure. And hopefully when we come back for game 3, Swain will be in a little bit of a better frame of mind, and we'll see some different results in just a minute. You're listening to the Maroon Devil Network on SwainDevil.com. We'll be back with the beginning of the next game. And we're back with game number 3 of Swain versus Highlands. I was just informed that I've been sending you to the wrong website. It's actually not Swain Devil, but maroondevils.com. It's Devils plural. And this is the Maroon Devil Network. Did I get that right, Joe? All right. So now you know where you are.
Nice strong serve starting off game 3 by Ashton Yance results in Highlands shanking the ball over into the bleachers there.
That's one of the things that we count for out of Ashton, and that is even after a loss in a game or a tough inning on the softball field, she's the kind of leader that can come back with the mentality to play hard again. So that leaves us with a score of 1-1.
Number 10, Hannah Holt, has definitely stepped her game up. That was a big kill from her from the outside. She's also the one that served them back in and winning that match.
That's true. She's gained some confidence now, which is good for them.
Out of system ball sends them sending it way outside. Outside hitter looks fairly young and unable to handle that.
That'll bring Kinsey Eagleman to the line to serve. She has shown strong service all night, but this particular time wasn't quite there.
Serving that ball into the net. Goes 2-2. Number 5, Abby Olvera, back into the game for Highlands.
Speaking of Hannah Holt having a good game for game number 2 with her service, she's back at the line again.
Swain needs to and her with a serving error.
We're trading serves now.
Into the game, Taylor Collins and Katie Winchester. Exiting the game, Kendall Cocker, Jasmine Hornbuckle. Caitlin Anthony for Swain back to serve.
If you're just joining us, Caitlin's had a strong game all evening, and she continues to show that with a nice serve into the middle that ends up in the rafters.
Highlands unable to play. We have some pretty high rafters. We play in a lot of gyms that don't have rafters quite that high.
Comes to mind that's how Andrews' gym normally functions, but we don't have to worry about that this year, I don't think, because Andrews will be traveling here on Thursday to play Swain.
Got a good volley going. Jenna Marr swinging with a big hit. Highlands able to dig that up. Got a lot of trading off swings going on here. Back across the net. Again, Highlands with a hitting error. She hit the antenna on that one, resulting in a Swain point. Caitlin Anthony again back to serve. 5-2, Swain in the lead.
The hitting error there came off the side of the hand. Let's see if Highlands can capitalize on that as they send number 9, their libero, back to serve. She sends it across the net, and it's handled by Caitlin Anthony.
That was a very nice serve by the libero. She put that ball right there on the line, causing a little bit of a miscommunication and a lot of movement on the Swain team's part. And another serving net error. As a coach, that's incredibly frustrating.
I can imagine so. Katie Winchester back to serve for Swain. Score 6-4, Swain's favor.
Nice pass set. And a big swing by Taylor Collins. Unfortunately, that goes just a little wide to the right side, out of bounds. Point goes to Highlands. It makes it 5-6.
Eva Schmidt goes back to serve for Highlands. Swain's poised and ready to receive.
Highlands has about 3 girls on their team that are consistently jump serving for them tonight. A lot of times it's not so much the speed and the velocity of the ball coming across, it's that mental part.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness, there's a jump server coming at me.
A little bit of miscommunication with Highlands as a couple of players couldn't decide who was going to handle that bar. That resulted in Swain gaining the serve back. And that counts as a point for Swain as the ball goes long.
Highlands hitting that deep out of bounds. Jenna Morris serves that ball. Highlands out of system, sending a free ball over. Jenna making the pass. Katie setting outside, and Kinsey Eagleman with the swing.
Just
down the line and just a little bit out of bounds.
Just a little long. Some substitution for Swain there as number 5, Olvera, goes back to serve again.
Kiera Shook in the game for Swain as the libero.
Solid serve by Olvera.
Swain struggling with these balls that are coming very low across the net. Some communication issues. Need to be moving their feet. And another serving error.
Another serving error.
Not keeping stats up here, but I'm going to venture to say that that's about the 7th or 8th serving error we've seen in this game alone.
I'm not a volleyball coach, but I bet that'll be something that'll be addressed in practice real soon.
It would if I were coaching.
Collins back to serve. She's had a solid game in a lot of ways.
Highlands drops one over into our middle. We're able to pick that ball up, resulting in a hit. Highlands pass set and hits into the net. Hitting error resulting in Swain's point. Collins gets a chance to serve again. Another nice serve. Ball goes outside. Highlands hits it. Abuses our block over there on the outside, sending it off the hands of Ashton Yachts, resulting in a Highlands point.
Cochran is coming in for Collins. Cochran will go to the back row. Number 8, Bailey Schmidt, back to serve for Highlands.
Another deep serve. Kiera Shook moves her feet well, taking that ball. Kinsey Eagleman trying to take a sharp shot into the left front corner. Unfortunately, just hits the top of the tape and rolls over onto our side. Score is 9-10. Highlands with the serve.
Bailey
Swain in the
serves
lead.
again.
Another nice pass. Highlands on top of that block. Caitlin Anthony with a big swing. Fortunately, number 11, Tristan Castro, blocks that ball back onto us. We are unable to recover that.
That pulls the score even. Both teams at 10. Bailey Schmidt back to serve.
Another nice pass by Shook. Set outside. Kinsey Eagleman drops one into the deep middle back. Highlands picks it up. Going to their middle. Tristan Castro. Castro stepping it up in this game. She's gained a couple of points in a row there for Highlands.
This is not where we want Highlands to be right now. After they came back strong in the second game to take that, we are one game each. That was a nice play.
Caitlin Anthony puts that one away from the middle, resulting in the Swain point. Again, bringing that back even. Jasmine Hornbuckle back in the game for Swain.
Looks like Bailey came out. The libero came back in for Highlands. Ashton Yount serves.
Highlands is out of system. Takes a deep drive into our deep left back. And mishandled ball results in a point for Highlands. Another jump server for Highlands. We send that one to the rafters. Again, we send it to the rafters, and it's stuck.
And so,
ball rests there. It results. Officials are trying to decide whether it's a replay or whether it's going to be out.
yeah,
And the officials decide that it's going to be a replay. Now we've got a situation where the fans getting pretty ugly. Officials considering asking him to leave.
Well, Ms. Blankenship, had that young man been asked to leave, you'd have had to gone over there and help him out as the principal.
Yes, I would, because I am the administrator on duty as well tonight. Wearing a couple different hats tonight.
Fortunately, that situation has settled down and we're back to play, which is what we came here to do anyhow.
Mishandled ball from Highlands, hitting the ball in the net, tried to take it over on the dink, unable to result in that. Gives Swain the point, makes it 12-12.
Shook comes out so that Marr can come back to the front line.
Highlands ball control has been exceptional tonight on our free balls. Jenna Marr drops one in. Highlands out of system, making a good recovery play. Number 11, Tristan Castro, has stepped up big in the middle. That was another block for her.
Ashton Yount's not very happy with how all of that turned out. Ball came off of her hand last. That'll send number 10, Hannah Holt, back to serve again.
And another mishandled ball by Swain results in a Highland point. Swain, service receive, struggling just a little bit with these deep serves, not moving their feet back very well.
Swain's confidence might be shaken just a little bit right now. That should help, though, as Hannah Holt sends it into the net. And that'll bring a series of substitutions for Swain as we send Kristen Anthony.
Caitlin
Anthony. I can't see that far. That's what happens when you get as old as I am. Back to the line.
Nice set by Highlands, resulting in a nice set. Setter's got nice hands over there on Highlands' side and does a good job about putting the ball
That was a nice
to the pin.
Strike by Jenna Marr.
Resulting in a miss.
Marr over again with an intelligent play.
Nice volley going
Nice
on
block.
here. Big block. Ball's coming back and forth across the net. Lots of tape.
Oh, almost.
Lots of action going on.
There it
here.
is.
And Ashton Yount with the setter dunk for the kill over into the middle.
That was some solid play on Swain's side. Let's see if they can use that to catch some momentum now. Miss Anthony is back again to serve.
Another good serve, dropping it in. Ball comes over
There
the
it
top,
is.
and Kayla Collins connects and puts the ball down for the kill.
That's 2 in a row that Collins has had her hands on.
Collins brings a lot of energy to the Swain team, and she's playing on. It's always nice to see her get excited. She gets a little bit of that from her father.
I would think so, if anybody knows Benji.
That was an interesting pass. Not real sure why that wasn't called, but it resulted in them bringing the ball over, us going in a free ball situation here. Pass set ball going into the middle, and Collins with a big block.
Again, that was 3 in a row where Collins has been one of the final touches on the ball for Swain. That brings the score 16-14 with Swain back in the lead.
Swain needs to make a big run right here. You got Collins on the front row along with Jenna Marr. Good opportunities for some power hitting. Got to get those passes, though. We're sending our setters way out of system.
Big hit by Jenna Marr. Let's see if Highlands can do something with it. That should be 3.
Big kill by Jenna Marr. Again, that was a result of a nice pass, putting the setter in the right position.
And Postel, coach for Highlands, decides that's enough, so she's going to see if she can get things to calm down and move more her way again as she takes a timeout. Again, let me remind you that this is Maroon Devil Volleyball. You're listening on the MaroonDevils.com, Maroon Devil Network. Tomorrow night, Swain will be in action again as they face Franklin, and then again on Thursday as they face Andrews. We hope to see you at one of those games, or perhaps you could come to the JV game that'll be here. Do you know, Coach, do you know who they're playing JVs on Friday? I mean on Thursday. We're going to check that out so we can tell you. But I can tell you that we'll be hosting North Henderson in varsity football for our first home game this year here at the Swain Memorial Field. We're back in action again, and Caitlin Anthony serves the ball across. It's taken back across by the libero.
JV football will be hosting Rosman for a scrimmage. Going outside the Highlands, and they connect. Dropping it to our long left side over there. It's a tough spot. That's when you say that's not anybody's fault. That's just a strong, good hit from the outside hitter. Young lady looks to be about 5'5", so she connected with that ball well.
Don't be fooled. Height is important in volleyball, but so is energy and jump. She certainly had that. That serve was sent into the net. Katie Winchester will go back to serve for Swain.
Scores 18-15. Swain in the lead. Another mishandled ball, sending it into a off-speed hit from Highlands. Setter takes the first ball, making Swain have to rely on their middle. Taylor Collins put that ball a little tight on the net. Wasn't able to do anything with that.
A little bit of confusion with the referees here. Swain thought they might get a gift and get to serve again, but not so as Ava Schmidt serves.
Ava Schmidt, the nice little jump serve. Ball's dropping fast in front of our receivers. And she serves that one into the net.
It takes the score to 19-17 Swain. It's a close game. Jenna Maher is going back to serve. She's had a very strong game on the front row. Let's see what she'll bring now.
Nice serve. Front row player threw her hands up onto that one, sending it way back to the wall there. Highlands can't get to it, resulting in the Swain point. See if Swain can push 5 right here.
We've seen some good success with this lineup with Eagleman and Collins on the front row.
Nice. Gaston Yachts puts that back across the net. We got a lot of net play going on here. Ball's coming back and forth. Swain decides to dink that. Highlands dinking it back across to us. Collins swings, a little off balance, and swings the ball into the net.
Olivera back for Highlands.
Need a good pass in this rotation right here. That was a nice pass. Set goes up. Eagleman, two-handed dink, cross into a nice spot. Highlands sends it back across on the second ball, setting Eagleman back up again, dragging it down the line. Dug up. Free ball again by Highlands. We got a nice pass going from the libero, Kiera Shook. Swing. Gets the ball back across libero, sends it across on the first play. And we send it back to them, and they dink it into our right back hole. We'll have to make some adjustments on defense to take care of those.
Hannah Holt with the last hit by Highlands. Olivera sends it across to Collins.
The pass set and a hit by Eagleman. Dug up by the libero on the middle back. Two-handed dink. It's worked well for both teams tonight. Ashton Yachts taking it into the deep back. A lot of times when you get those net plays and everything's coming over short, good smart setter will send that ball to the deep back because the defense is sucked in. So that was a nice play by Ashton Yachts.
Good description for her. Good smart setter. Collins is back to serve again. First game she was an all-star back there.
Another good serve. Good pass by Highlands. Setter swings that over with the left hand. Not sure what year that setter is, but I can tell you she's got some great hands and a good skill set.
Hannah Holt, a little bit off balance on that kill, sent it long. Collins is back again to serve. Scores 22 Swain, 19 Highlands.
Nice serve.
There she
that
is
was
again.
An excellent float serve that bottom dropped out of it right in front of the receiver there, unable to get it up.
And with that confidence that Collins has right now, we've seen her just take off and control the game. Let's see if she can do it this time.
Again, going back to the same player who shanks that ball. Highlands able to make a save play out of it. Swain goes to Caitlin Anthony, who gets it across.
Nice block
and
on the front line.
Highlands tries the dink again, and Ashton Johnson, Caitlin Anthony said not in their house tonight.
Collins back for game point. Timeout called by Highlands, as they're looking to maybe get Collins out of the mindset that she's had. Seems like each time that she's gone back to serve, she's one of our leaders. I can't remember what year she is. Can you remember, Coach?
She's a junior.
She's a junior. She's got a lot of good life left here at Swain as a volleyball player, and we're fortunate to have her. Let's see if she can keep that mindset going now.
Swain's actually very young. Right now they don't have a senior on the floor, comprised of all juniors on the floor right now.
All juniors. That bodes well for this year, and then again for next year if everything holds out the way that it can. Highlands receives. Game point. Let's see what they can do.
Ball hit out of bounds. Swain plays it. Caitlin Anthony drops one over. Pass set. Hit from the outside. Swain still in play. Kinsey Eagleman takes it across. Miscommunication. Ball still in play.
Swain looked a little bit tentative on that. Sometimes game point will do that to you. You're just kind of hoping that you can get through this, but what I've learned is that you've got to show some aggression at that point. Maybe Swain can pull that off right now.
Absolutely. That's what we talked about when we said you're playing to win. You're not playing to keep from getting beat.
Well, that's a great saying. Bailey Schmidt serves to Swain and gets an ace.
Got an interesting receiving set going on right here. Kiera was in behind Eagleman. Couldn't see that ball. Eagleman doesn't get out of the way in time. Ball drops for an ace.
Now we've seen Swain struggle when Schmidt was serving.
Swain free balls that one back across.
There's a nice block. That might do it.
Ball still picked up.
Nope.
Still in play on Swain's side. Caitlin Anthony goes for the kill again. Highlands picks that up.
There it is.
And Highlands takes that ball into the net, ending game 3, 25-21 Swain.
That puts Swain ahead 2 games 1. We'll come back in just a little while for what could be the decisive game 4 as Swain is looking to take the match from Highlands. Thank you for joining with us as part of the Maroon Devil Network, brought to you live on maroondevils.com. Welcome back to game number 4 as Swain hosts Highland. Now that was the first serve. That was put across by Jordan Carrier. We're looking to see if Swain can pick up and continue that momentum that they've had several times tonight in this interesting battle that's kind of gone back and forth sometimes. Seen some great action, just like you saw just now. And there's the first point of the game. Kinsey Eagleman putting it across. Highlands not able to respond. And that'll send Kinsey back to the line to serve as well. She has shown, in my opinion, an exceptional serve tonight. Very strong, sometimes hard to handle.
Kinsey definitely a competitor. Caitlin Anthony almost with a kill there. Highlands somehow able to pull that out. Send it back across.
That looked to be long, but their line judge called it in. Swain players obviously not happy with that, as is true also of some of the folks in the stand, perhaps. Sometimes you get calls that don't go your way.
Yes, you do, and you can either decide to respond to it or let it bother you. The official definitely could override that if he sees it. To me, that was a clear one that he should have overrode. Doesn't matter. Jenna just put that ball down. That's the way you respond.
That's the answer that you want to send back. Absolutely. Strong hit.
If it doesn't go your way, make sure they know it.
That's right. Now they just need to continue that as we send Caitlin back to serve again. Swain is ahead 2-1. A little conversation that has to do with probably some of the reaction of the Swain players just a little bit ago.
Kayla upset with the official, it looks like. One thing I want people to understand is those kids that are out there doing that are volunteering.
Yes.
And probably voluntold in more cases than not. And they are roughly 13, 14, and 15 years old. They will make mistakes.
Absolutely. Well, we see referees make mistakes and they're adults. It just happens. That's what gives the game some of its life. It certainly gives the stands some life sometimes.
That is for sure. Kayla upset that we've got an over-the-net call. I believe I'd have been jumping around the same way she was on that one. Highlands scores that point. We sent the ball back tight on the net. They came across and put it back down on our side. Jenna Marr taking it over on the drive. Highlands digging it up. Going to the backside. Block. Deflects that one into an area where we don't have coverage. Highlands taking a 4-2 lead and got some momentum on their side. Swain needs to do something to shut that down. And that serving error will definitely help shut some momentum down. Katie Winchester back to serve for Swain. Katie also done a good job serving for the Lady Devils tonight. Dropping it in short. Highlands taking it over. Dig by Katie. Going outside to Jenna Marr. Catches just the top of the tape for hitting error. Score is 5-3 Highlands.
That's going to send Miss Schmidt back to serve again. I've seen her several times tonight.
She's got a nice little jump serve that drops fast. Swain can't connect on the kill. Hitting error on the outside.
Swain seems to be back on their heels just a little bit right now. Let's see if they can get themselves back upright and get back into this game like we all know that they're capable of doing. Difficult set.
Passed that ball just a little tight on the net, unable to get it across without getting into the net.
That puts Highland ahead 7-3. If something doesn't happen pretty soon in Swain's favor, we may see Coach McMahon call a timeout, get them to regroup.
Out of system pass. Taking the ball over, keeping it in play. Good, smart decision. Keeping the ball in play on that. Now we've got a nice set. Collins goes for the dink kill. Doesn't get it. Jenna Marr going for the kill. Doesn't get it. Highlands doing a great job defensively.
And here comes the timeout. Good call by Coach. Give them an opportunity to get their heads back in. Maybe kill some momentum that's on the side of Highlands.
Got some JV players over here trying to get some momentum built up for our Swain girls.
That's nice to see because around here we support each other, and that's exactly what's happening. We've got about Well, we've got a few seconds left in the timeout, but everybody's back on the court, and so we continue with Ms. Schmidt at the line.
See if Kayla's strategy of the timeout will shake this young lady. Got a discussion going on with the officials at this point. Seems that they're wanting our JVs not to be doing what they're doing in behind the bench there.
Well, then they could come around here and get in the student section and do that. That'd be perfectly all right.
Doesn't shake Miss Schmidt. She has another good serve. Swain takes it over there.
Nice return by Swain.
Jenna Moore takes that one over. After a couple of off hits, Highlands can't get that third ball to come across the net.
That puts Jenna Moore back at the line to serve as well.
Second ball coming across for the libero. We've got the dig. Not real sure where our setter was. Didn't go after that ball. The Devils look a little shook. Definitely need to get themselves back in it right here.
Good
nice
serve
strong
by Ovella.
serve. Kinsey Eagleman trying to drop it in a hole. Dug up by the libero. Going outside. Good strong hit. Highlands has had some unbelievable net plays. They do a great job keeping their bodies out of the net and dropping those dinks right over top of our block into the defensive holes.
That was Bailey, number 8, with that placement. Olivera serves again. That one's just a little bit long. Good read by Shook to let it go. That'll put Collins at the line. She has shown some exceptional play there tonight already. And maybe she'll continue that as we go here.
24 Jesslyn Head back into the game for Highlands. Again, Highlands making some great save plays. It's a great serve by Collins.
Highlands
Dug up. Got a net call against Highlands. Trying to, again, dink that ball across.
Looked like that net play could have gone, or the net call could have gone either way that time, but it went our direction. Collins serves again back to
nice pass.
Schmidt.
Set going up again, middle dinking the ball. Swain's defense picks it up this time. Caitlin Anthony driving one into the deep corner. Highlands pass set and hitter error. Results in a Swain point, taking the score.
Once again, we see Miss Collins back in the back at service. And she seems to dominate the game at that point. It's just,
again, setter dump. Swain struggling just a little bit to make a play out of this. Get back into
there it is again.
Kinsey Eagleman taking the ball down the line, taking the setter out of the rotation.
That's about
unable to return it.
That's 4 or 5 from Collins back at the service line here.
Another
nice
great serve. Beautiful ace, drops right in front of the receiver, and that will result in a Highlands timeout.
You're visiting with us as Swain hosts Highlands. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back at the end of the 60-second timeout.
We're back again. Taylor Collins is now serving. Good pass by Highlands. Dink coming over from the middle, and Swain unable to handle that dink. That dink has hurt us all night long. After Kayla watches this game film, they may be working on that for the next, well, she can't work on it for the next couple of days because she's going to be playing.
That's true, because we'll be hosting Franklin here tomorrow night, and then we'll be picking up Andrews on Thursday night. But I'm sure that Coach McMahon will pull those pieces together, and when she gets her team back in the gym for practice, she'll be looking at that.
Swain out of system, sends the ball back across. Big dig by Kendall Cochran. Ball going back and forth between Highlands and Swain. Highlands hits the ball in the net, resulting in a Swain point.
And that will send Ashton Yance back to the line.
And Jasmine Hornbuckle re-entered the game.
Substitution on Highlands' side as they send their libero back in. Couldn't quite handle that. Ashton Yance gave it her best shot and wasn't able to. And that will send number 23, Jordan Carrier with Highlands, back to the line. Score is 12, Highlands, Swain 10. Eagleman sends that across. Highlands almost free balls that back. Let's see what we can do with this now.
Big hit by Anthony again. Highlands doing a good job defensively, digging that ball up. Back and forth action going on here. Caitlin again. Hits that one in the net.
Carrier goes back to serve again. Nice serve, jump serve.
Out of system, coming from the back row, libero. Doesn't get her body quite squared up well enough to send that ball across.
Swain just a little bit out of sorts right now. Trying to encourage each other to get back into this. Hornbuckle sends it across.
Highlands digging it up. Have a tendency to push the ball too tight to the net on Swain's side, making it hard to handle that second ball.
Eagleman sends that back across. Highlands picks it up, does the best that they can to get it out. Set by Yance. Eagleman's kill, and looks like a point for Swain. That brings the score back up from 10 to 11, and Highlands is still carrying the lead at 14.
It was a good volley. Both teams doing a good job defensively, digging up the balls that were coming across. Highlands out of system, sends the ball out of bounds on the second hit.
Highlands player looked like she was ready to block the ref there for just a second. Eagleman is serving again. Back to the libero.
Back to libero, who sends it back across. Jenna Marr tries to take that one down just a tad early, so she takes the top of the net.
Timing was just a little bit over. I think that her dad was more upset about it than she was. He's sitting over on the sideline with his dad watching daughter and granddaughter play. I know that feeling. I've been there several times.
Well, you've got one playing tonight.
Well,
Lydia Sale, one of Swain's standouts a few years ago, continuing her career down at Belmont Abbey. I want to give a shout out to Lydia. She's the captain of the Belmont Abbey Crusaders this year. She's worked hard for that role.
She's doing a fine job in leadership, but we don't want to miss some other folks also. I understand that Zach Weeks with WCU's football team was named the captain as well. And that's an exciting thing to know that one of ours can go as a walk-on, earn a scholarship, and now be in a lead position. We certainly are proud of Zach, as we are of all of our athletes that leave Swain County High School and go on and play somewhere else. Or even if they don't, if they go on and they continue their studies. We've got a great group of kids that we graduate every year, and we are certainly proud of them.
Had several volleys going back and forth there. Highlands jumped out to a little bit of a lead, 17-13. Jenna Marr just put one down for the Swain point to gain the momentum back on our side. That was a heavy-handed hit there.
Caitlin Anthony serves it across to Olvera.
Highlands out of system. Block with a touch. Swain defense picks that one up. And Taylor with a big swing. Highlands digs that up. Defense doing a good job on both sides of the net yet again.
Just a little long by Marr. It was a good idea to put it into that back left corner. Didn't work out the way she wanted to. Now the libero from Highlands takes her turn at the line.
Jenna Marr is definitely more effective when they put that ball a little closer to the net. That one's sent back on the 10-foot line.
Collins unfortunately follows suit as she sends it a little wide as well.
19-13, Coach McMahon calling another timeout. A little frustrated with her girls not finishing here.
Our JVs getting involved in the game from behind the team on the bleachers. We'll be back in action here in just a minute. I believe Highlands going to take the serve. Again, their libero.
We'll see if that timeout did what it was probably intended to do, regroup the Swain players and maybe get into the head of this server.
Nice serve. See what Swain can do with this.
Swain free balls that one over. Highlands in system. The big swing and puts the ball down in our deep left back. Running the line and didn't play a ball that was in. Should have been played.
Shook thought that she had some room in that, but she had just not measured the court correctly. This little libero is about in her 5th serve here.
Another big serve, nice pass. See if we connect here. Jenna Marr with a big hit. Defensive play on Highlands' side. Going back to the right side. Taking Swain off guard just a bit. Jenna Marr with a dink. Another dig over here. Highlands going back to that right side again. Collins with a dink. Block. Picked it back up. Volley going back over to the Highlands side.
Scrappy play.
Very scrappy play on a mishit ball, sending the second ball back over. Katie Winchester scores the setter kill.
She goes back to the line to
Highlands
serve.
looks like they may be out of rotation there. Libero is thinking this is not the right rotation. And I believe I would probably say that's accurate because the setter set the ball into a zone where there's not somebody. Still a little confusion. Ball back over top, and Taylor Collins puts the ball down for Swain. 16-20. Highlands is still in the lead. Swain fighting 1 point at a time here.
Crowd getting into the game just a little bit more as we see a little more exciting action.
Ball going to the outside. With a little bit of luck, there's always 10% of that in any game. That one ran across the tape and landed over in our left front corner.
Eva Schmidt back to the line again. Didn't want to see her back there again. Seems like things turn their way a little bit when she's there. Let's see if Swain can take care of it.
And a nice swing. Coming out of the middle for Highlands. Dug up by Katie Anthony. Setter dump. Drops.
That'll be it.
Highlands making the attempt to get it over, but take it to the rafters instead, so we get that point. Jenna Marr now back to serve for us. Kinsey Eagleman on the front row. Good serve. Highlands out of system. We send it to the rafters a second time, and unable to get that back across.
Shook comes back in, and Marr takes a seat for just a little while.
Taylor Collins doing a good job for Swain over here, trying to keep the attitude and atmosphere up.
Winchester tried to notify the ref that she needed to take care of her shoe, and communication wasn't where it needed to be there. I guess the up ref couldn't see what was going on. We'll serve that again by Olivera.
Good thing that was a replay because that ball was dropping fast. Taylor Collins with a pass. Swain doesn't connect. Hitting error out of the middle.
So we'll take another shot at this. We're getting awfully close to game point here. Highlands is up 23-17. Another solid serve by Olivera, and that will take us to game point.
Served by her, sending our defense out of system.
Olivera gets the permission to serve. Same place again. Eagleman sends it across. Collins tries to defend.
Swain free balls it back over. Highlands in a position to put the ball away, and they have a hitting error from the outside.
So that'll send Collins to the line.
Good place for us to be. Caitlin Anthony on the front row. Collins serving. It's boded well for us in the past.
It's a good rotation for Swain. Let's see how this plays out. Game point still for Highlands. They'll need just one. They're going to call a carry, if I'm not mistaken, by Highlands.
I will agree with that call. She had her hand relaxed. Trying to dink it over.
Highlands sends it into the net. So once again, whenever Miss Collins is at the line, positive things happen for Swain. We've picked up a couple of points. It's still game point for Highlands. She sends it across. Let's see where this goes. And that was not what we wanted to see.
Libero takes that one over for the kill. This sends it into game 5. Got to have the captains go up. They'll call. Teams will decide who gets to serve first and which side they want to finish out the match.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Coach, this is going to be a game to 15. And I think that at times I've seen them switch sides of the court about halfway through. Is that true?
That is only the case in travel ball and collegiate ball and national ball. High school has not adopted that rule yet. It will probably be down the road.
So are we going to play 25 or 15?
We will play 15 points, but they will all be on one side.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a little break here.
Looks like we're staying on the same side. Probably means that Highlands got the serve.
They'll set their lineup, and we'll be back as we get to the first serve of game number 5 with Swain at Highlands. Thank you for joining us on the Maroon Devil Network. Well, we're back for game number 5 after a back and forth match between Highlands and Swain. We saw Swain pick up the first game, and then Highlands came back from a deficit for the second. Swain took the third, and Highlands just took the fourth. And that began with a serve from Ashton Yaunt, which is exactly what we wanted to see.
Good way to start. Shank the ball to the back wall there. With 15 points. Nice to get off to a quick, good start.
That was a nice serve.
Down the line.
Let's see if Swain can capitalize on this.
Highlands connects with a pass set and a hit. Defense on both teams. Number 11, Kristen Castro, tries to catch us off guard by sending the second ball across. Doesn't work well for her. Catches the top of the tape, lands on her own side. Swain up 2-0.
Yance serves again to the libero.
Nice. Ball comes back across. We take it back to them. Opportunity here to connect. Caitlin Anthony
there it is.
With another kill, working that back corner, catching those folks off guard.
Swain's ahead 3-0.
Wasn't super strong, but it was placed well.
A look of determination on Ashton Yance's face. I think she wants this.
Swain looks to be relaxed and in a good mood. Hopefully they'll maintain that. Good pass by Highlands.
That'll be long. And the backline judge agrees.
Ball is out. Highlands is trying to argue that there might have been a touch. Can't say that I wouldn't have been arguing that as well. Official didn't see it. Line judge didn't see it, so we'll let it go. Another good serve. Highlands makes a good save play. Swain thought they had that ball down.
Hornbuckle's hand wasn't quite turned the way she wanted it to be, and that ended up in the net. So that'll send number 23, Jordan Carrier, back to the line, and she serves long.
Out of bounds. That's a nice break for Swain, sitting at 5-1. Kenzie Eagleman back to serve. Good place to be in. Jenna Marr on the front row along with Caitlin Anthony. Need to feed those folks.
Now that's a serve for Kenzie. Have to be an ace. We've got some real energy coming from Swain's side, which is nice to see. Highlands coach takes a timeout to see if they can turn the tide on that energy that's coming across right now. You hear our JV team from behind the bench for Swain trying to spin up some encouragement for our team.
Swain definitely doesn't want to ease up right here because Highlands proved that they could come back and take it away from you, so hopefully they'll go full throttle right here. Kenzie Eagleman back to serve. She's got a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm.
I'll tell you, the coach for Highlands may be trying to get into Kenzie's mind, but I know her pretty well. And it's going to take a little more than that, I think, to get her out of her game. She is a true competitor, has a lot of competitive experience in softball and volleyball, and she sends that ball right back over and into play.
Good smart move. She didn't try to do anything real strong and hard. Just get this one in, and then she can go back at it. Jenna Marr with a kill. Oh, doesn't result in a kill. Highlands digs that up. Thought that was going down. Again, swings. Highlands digging it up. Our defense doing a good job digging the ball up out here. Caitlin Anthony with a swing. This libero over here on Highlands' side has done a great job digging balls up.
And Highlands puts it into the net. That gives Swain the advantage, 7-1. Again, Kenzie Eagleman goes back to the line to serve. Let's see what she does with the ball this time. Very similar to what she did last time.
She's trying to do a little placement on the ball. Go back to Caitlin Anthony in the middle. She sends it deep middle. Libero again picks that ball up. Back to the Swain side.
Cucumber sends it.
Decides to send it to our right side to Hornbuckle.
And Highlands muffs that ball. And so Swain takes the lead, 8-1. Kenzie stays at the line. Let's see how long Postel with the Highlands coach will let them play before she tries to take another timeout.
Highlands has got a look on their face. Swain needs to capitalize on that.
Yes, it's time to push the game to the end here. Now this is going to give Highlands an opportunity perhaps to regain some of that momentum.
Number 1, Ava Schmidt just put that ball down for Highlands.
Hannah Holt, who we've seen some good things out of tonight for Highlands, is back at the line. She'll send the ball back.
Swain could definitely use a real strong pass right here to get her out of that lineup. Ball's out of system. And Caitlin Anthony mishits that ball. Doesn't quite make it across the net. Again, we need to get out of this particular rotation with number 10, Hannah Holt, serving. She's hurt us some this evening.
Holt sends it across to Cochran.
Another out-of-system ball. We'll free ball that one back across. Libero digs that up. Going to the right side, who dinks deep. Ashton Yance doing the same in return. And Highland takes one down the line for the kill. Swain not done a good job covering that line tonight.
Kiera Shook giving some encouragement to her team in the backcourt and trying to get them to read the lines just a little bit more. Holt sends the ball across to Kiera.
There's a nice pass. Let's see if Swain connects here. Jenna Marr taking that ball, set a little tight to the net, has to dink it over. Another coming down the line. We dig that one up. Means we made the adjustment that was necessary. Ashton Yount dumps it into the middle for the setter kill. Nice smart play on her part. Ashton Yount does a good job utilizing that when it's necessary. Hasn't worked so well for us tonight, but in that case it did.
Cochran comes out. Collin takes her place. Katie Winchester is in.
Score is 9-4. Swain in the lead. Caitlin Anthony with a serve. Sends the ball back across to Swain. Some back and forth play going on here.
That was a nice
dig. Got a strong net play going on Highlands side again. And
Collins
puts that one away. Working that deep back corner. Libero unable to get to that right side.
Collins has shown some real skill and brilliance tonight.
Highlands will call their final timeout.
We'll stay with you through this timeout and remind you one more time that Swain Volleyball will be in action again tomorrow night here at the gym. We hope that you would come out and watch them as they take on Franklin. Franklin has always had a strong volleyball team, and of course they're 2A, so they have a little bit more to choose from. And then on Thursday night here in the gym again, we'll be hosting Andrews. That's a change to the schedule. Andrews has had some misfortune in their gym over there, and they're going to come and they're going to enjoy our facilities.
Scored 10-4 Swain. Caitlin Anthony serves again. Pass goes up. Set goes up. Highlands with a swing. Again. Yount tries to dump. Defense on Highlands side picks it up this time. Going to the right side. Catches Swain off guard. We're making a great hustle play.
Nice hustle.
That results in an out-of-system ball.
And they call that in. And Swain players were standing right there, and they agree with that.
Energy level getting pretty high in here. Everybody's getting into the game.
And that's what they come to these games for. They don't want to sit around and be bored, so it's nice to see them have some good entertainment. The score right now is Swain 10, Highlands 5. Their libero for Highlands is back to serve. She's shown some interesting service in the other games that has actually been trouble for us. And once again, we find ourselves in that same place. I don't know if it's the rotation we end up in while she's serving or what's happening, but she always seems to bring something with her. Let's see if she can do that again as she serves the ball across to Shook. Collins does a quick little dump across.
Highlands with a nice strong swing. We got that one up. Katie Anthony working the deep corner on the setter push.
Nice teamwork by Swain. Marr sends it, and it's in.
Nice.
That'll give Swain a lead 11-6, and it will send Katie Winchester to the line for Swain to serve. And I think more important to me is the libero's not on the line to serve right now.
Nice hit by Marr. That's a big play coming as a sophomore in a game like this with the environment like it is to be able to come through with a big hit.
She seems to be pretty easygoing about things, and I haven't seen much bother her.
Highlands attacking the ball. Strong. Swain doing a good job defensively.
Collins playing that back corner again. I'll tell you what, Swain is showing some real heads-up play tonight. There's some intelligence, good choices, placement. I hope Coach McMahon is feeling good about her team because they've shown some real skill tonight.
Definitely some good adjustments, working the shots that score. In a game like this, you gotta find what works to score the points.
Gotta be long. That puts Swain ahead 13-6, just a couple of points out of the match victory. Now Katie goes back to the line again to serve.
Highlands not easing up. They're definitely coming at us aggressively.
Let's see what they'll do with this.
Good pass. Out of system with the setter. Mishandles that ball. Probably could have been called a...
Marr tries to drive that ball home, but just a little bit out of sync there. And it falls on our side. Now we have number 1, Ava Schmidt for Highlands. she has tended to be a jump serve, and it's been a challenge sometimes to handle. And this time it just drops across. That's one of those luck shots that just happens. Let's see if she can do something else this time.
Yeah, it also gets in that server's head because that could have just as well gone onto their side as it did drop over onto ours. So she'll have to, and she does. She pushes that one much higher and deeper, not as much topspin.
Ashton Younts tries to send it home, and it's just about 2 feet outside the line.
Score is 9-13. Swain needs 2 points to close this match out for the win. We got somebody tying her shoe. Official blows. He's not done a very good job about paying attention to our players tonight.
Some of our varsity football players coming in from practice. It's good to see the guys come and support other athletic teams. And speaking of that, the varsity team will be hosting North Henderson this Friday. Maybe you can come and support them.
Good pass by Collins. Ball goes outside to Younts. Younts drops it in. Defense picks it up. One outside. Swain taking it back over with a free ball. Highlands out of system. Setter does a good job about bettering the ball in front of her.
Caitlin's saved a couple of good shots there.
Highlands done a good job working that dink tonight. Swain doing a good job defensively right now. We got a lot of balls coming in and out. That ball goes out against Highlands, making it match point. See if Swain can finish right here. Sophomore Jenna Marr goes back to serve this ball.
Shook comes out. Kinsey Eagleman goes to the front line. Marr serves.
Good serve. Ball goes up. Outside.
And that, folks, that'll be the game. A hard-fought game by both teams. Neither team needs to hold their head down. They have given it almost everything that they have. However, there always has to be a victor, and tonight, fortunately, it was Swain. Best wishes to Highlands. Congratulations on their effort tonight, and especially congratulations to our Swain Lady Devils as they pull out a victory. We hope that you'll be able to come out tomorrow night and join them again as they host Franklin, and then perhaps even on Thursday as they are with Andrews. It's been a pleasure to be here with you tonight. Again, Coach Blankenship and I are here as fill-ins for Toby Burrell, who was not able to be here. We look forward to him coming back again. Coach, it was good working with you.
You as well.
You all who are listening tonight, have a great evening, and be sure to tune in again to the Maroon Devil Network on maroondevils.com. Until then, God bless you and be safe.